parents, for this week, we're going to need a large bowl, a measuring cup, measuring spoons, a whisk, and an airtight jar. And for our salad dressing, we're going to need 1/3 cup of oil, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of honey or maple syrup, and then whatever you would like to use for flavorings, such as fresh herbs, garlic, mustard, and fresh citrus. What is it that makes us taste the food that we put in our mouth? Let's start with the tongue. Our tongue is a powerful muscle, just like the other muscles in our body. It is covered with wart-like bumps that are called papillae. Our taste buds are actually in the walls and grooves of these papillae. Our taste buds are made up of taste pores, taste hairs, sensory cells, and nerve fibers. When a flavor enters the taste pore, our sensory cells analyze a flavor and send the information to our brain via the nerve fibers. Our brain registers a taste as 5 different flavors: sweet, salty, bitter, sour, and umami. Umami was first recognized in 1985 in the Western culture as a savory flavor. In the Eastern culture, Dr. Uni Okada was given credit for recognizing the flavor of umami in 1908, long before Western culture did. Different flavors register in different parts of the tongue: sour and salty on the side, sweet in the front, umami in the middle, and bitter in the back. We know that we taste our food with our tongue. How about smell? What does our nose have to do with the way we taste our food? Our nose smells the molecules in the air. The smells register in the sensory nerves of the nose, sending messages to the brain of what the food tastes like. Without the sense of smell, a pear and apple would taste exactly the same. If you hold your nose while eating jelly beans, you'll find that you won't get all of the different flavors, just one sweet flavor. And when you eat them again with your nose open, all of the smells register in your brain and the flavors become so robust. So taste is like this in your brain. And taste combined with smells is like this in your brain. Let's do a science experiment. Let's see how many papillae you have on your tongue. Place a drop of blue food coloring on your tongue and rub it around with a Q-tip. Dry your tongue and put your piece of paper on your tongue. Then take a look at it. How many papillae do you see? See the pink dots? Those are the papillae. How many do you have? If you have under 10, you're known as a non-taster. 15 to 25, an average. And anything above 30, you're a super taster. Super tasters find food more vibrant. Broccoli a little more bitter. Chili peppers about 3 times hotter. This is why super tasters often have strong opinions when it comes to the taste of food. In today's kitchen skills, we are going to learn about emulsification. When you emulsify ingredients, you take 2 liquids and combine them, yet they maintain their distinct characteristics. Some examples of this are mayonnaise, butter, pan sauces, and vinaigrettes for our salad. Today we are going to emulsify oil and vinegar to make a salad dressing. Here's what we're going to need. 1/3 cup of oil. You can choose, and you can also blend oils. 2 tablespoons of your favorite vinegar. I usually don't blend my vinegars. I just pick my favorite. A tablespoon of honey or maple syrup. And then your flavorings. You can be as simple or complex as you would like. Today for our salad dressing, we chose red wine vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, vegetable oil, a little bit of honey, fresh garlic, herbs, lemon, and Dijon mustard. Let's get started. You're going to add your 2 tablespoons of your vinegar, your honey, your mustard, and any flavorings to your bowl. Then measure 1/3 cup of oil. Look down where the line is on the cup and don't be afraid to blend your oils. Keep your oil in a separate container. Very slowly start adding a stream of oil to your other ingredients. You might ask someone to help you. That way they can just put in a little bit at a time. You want to whisk and whisk and whisk and keep whisking until all the oil is added. Do you notice how it's getting thicker? That's because your vinegar is getting suspended in your oil. All of our oil is added, so we're now ready to add some salt and pepper. And then most importantly, check the flavor. Transfer your salad dressing to an airtight container, and you can store it in the fridge for up to a week. What if you don't have a whisk? Put all the ingredients in a container and give it a gung-ho shake. Your dressing is going to separate in the fridge. Give it a shake, and then it's ready to use.
Hey, Miss Holly, how was your week?
Hi, Miss Julie. Our week's been fun. We've been talking about taste and how the tongue and the nose affect what we taste this week, and we made a great salad dressing. I'm so excited about next week, our new project that we're going to start working on.
We're going to share with you a fun new part we will be adding to our videos. We will be making together a journal that we will write, draw, glue things into that we have learned and observed from that lesson. We will be gathering and instructing you how to make a journal, and here are some of the supplies we need.
So, for example, after today's lesson about taste, I might have asked you to close your eyes and try to remember a food that you didn't like before and maybe you like now, and then draw a picture of it in your journal.
I might have asked you to reflect back on our compost lesson and draw or write down in your journal what shouldn't go in your compost, or put something in there about worms.
Well, they're going to be so much fun. I can't wait for us to do our art projects over the next couple of weeks. Here's a list of the supplies that you will need. Please start gathering them together.
This list is also at the end of the video.
All right, we'll see you next week.
See you later. Bye-bye.